the range that you travel within the dreaming world, the physical waking world has the same range. Now, we realize what it is that we have just said. And we would remind you once again that your experience of the third dimensional physical world is a direct result of you believing that your mother and your father and your school system and your government tell you a world is a certain way, and you believe this. And this is a great belief that you all have. It is a mass consciousness belief. And it is this belief that is being stirred up now and is being demonstrated by many brave souls on your planet, those who would traverse into various territories and various altered states, no matter how they are induced. And they are attempting always to bring back information, to share with the others, and to attempt to make mappings of what the personality is and where the personality can go. Now, we would not be giving you another shoebox to fit into, and that is all what you desire, and that is not to criticize you in any way, but you all learn through stored bits of gathered information, and you like to compartmentalize and to explain everything and have it all boxed away quite simply. This is not the case. That is not what these times are about. These times are about jumbling up all that material and allowing yourselves to feel, and allowing those feelings and the belief that your world can be multifaceted and that different realities can appear before your eyes if you are still and if you are receptive, and if you believe that your world is safe and that your world is quite blessed, you can learn very quickly and have all sorts of opportunities for parting the veils, so to speak.
When you say about believing in that our world is safe, for example, do you mean like, we're supposed to wear our seatbelts when we drive? If we walk into our car and say, okay, I'm not going to get into an accident, therefore I don't need my seatbelt. I mean, you extrapolating and using something that simple, can you do that?
Now, this is a wonderful question you have asked, because it is something that the bold one, the vehicle whom we speak through, has made her pet project for many years. She has trained herself to believe that she lived in a safe world. And as we search her deepest feelings, we feel free, we can share with you that there was a time when she did not feel she lived in a safe world, and she believed that anything could happen to her because it had demonstrated itself as such, that men can jump you and you can get in car accidents and people can break into your house, etc. So when she attempted to believe and liberate herself into the idea that her world was safe, it seemed as if a very foolish thing to begin to think. But she worked on it and she did it, and she has always had an aversion for being restricted, whether through the words of one or actions or through wearing a seatbelt. So immediately she knew, I'm not wearing a seatbelt, I live in a safe world. And 99% of the time she would not think of buckling up a seatbelt. But there are times when an impulse may move her to buckle her seatbelt that day. That does not mean to her that she is going to get into an accident. It is that she learns to recognize something is telling me to buckle my seatbelt today. And so she buckles it and trusts that something is moving her towards it, and then decides, do I need to manifest something along this line? Or can I say, I feel where the reality is moving. I am being moved to put a seatbelt on. What would that mean? I choose to dissolve any anger and any energy that may be going towards a situation where I would need to have the seatbelt on. I bless those others who would select me to have this involvement, and I choose to receive my messages in a most benevolent and easier way.
Are you saying then that accidents can't happen?
Are we saying that they can?
They cannot.
Well, you call them accidents on your planet, but what we are saying is that they are divine plans that entities make with one another who need to express themselves in those terms.
So everything happens for a purpose.
It is so. Now, you can feel an accident coming on in your terms. Times 10 years ago and 15 years ago, it was much more difficult to feel an accident coming on. In your reality now, you can feel it because you are given hintings all along the way that something is not right. You are not flowing smoothly. An accident, a smash with the vehicle that you drive, is a direct extension of you yourselves. It is the physical body that takes you around. The car, the automobile represents you. When the automobile is placed in a situation that creates a smash up of some sort, it is an indication that the energy has great blockages and that something is needed to be looked at. And blockages may be started and precipitated by all sorts of things. Unexpressed anger is a primary underlying current. Great confusion. Now, you yourselves can tell when your reality is not running as smooth as it needs be. And this is where you can claim your own power and say, I live in a safe world. I do not use my vehicle, my automobile, to stop the flow of where I am going. If I need to learn that I am blocking myself, I ask that my messages be given to me in a benevolent and easy way. Now, you can choose not to wear the seatbelt. It is up to you. You can choose not to have the health insurance. It is up to you. You can choose to decide whatever realities are being crammed down your throat from your government and your society. Much is not thought of, and much that you are being fed, understood this, is being done with a loving intent. There are many, many on your planet who are leaders who do not understand the laws of creativity. And out of caring for fellow man, they believe in fear. And so they would have you sleep with fear as well, so as to prevent something in your life. But if you are sleeping with fear, you will not prevent it. You will manifest it.
How might we release fear and anger, or transform fear and anger from our experience?
We are reading the energies. Each and every one has different degrees of fear and anger. For most, it is easier to release fear than it is anger. Anger is held deeper. Fear can be worked on, for you can talk to each other and remind each other, we live in a safe world. My world is very safe. And you can build that up, and you can intend to create and draw that to yourselves. It is all intending. It is all where you are going to place what it is that you want. Now, the anger, it is not that you would completely banish anger from your lives. For angers are like storms, and they allow certain chemical enzymes to interact one with the other and to create rushes in the body, so to speak, that create rushes within the psyche of the humanity. And then as they are expressed, you are usually coming to great terms with a belief about something. Angers are beliefs. They are what you think of as facts. And you become angry because you all think when you are angry that you are correct. And each one who is angry and arguing for their position is indeed correct. For you must understand that all points of view are correct. And that is fine to come into that kind of conflict, for if you find that you are doing it over and over again with the same individuals, then you perhaps would want to examine how important it is to have those individuals in your life. For you do not need to continuously do this to cleanse who you are. But also, when you do not express the angers and you smile sweetly and you stuff it down and hold it within and then seed afterwards and build it up over weeks or months or years, you are shutting the body down.